Ever since we're young, we're taught to be disciplined. My parents are telling me how to behave, my teachers are telling me what to study, and my bosses are telling me what time to come to work and what to do every day. So we all know how to be disciplined. It's simply just following rules and executing a plan. But the problem is most of that came from someone else's rules. You better do this or else. So by the time it comes to being disciplined for me and my personal goals, it gets harder to do because all I want to do when I get home from all of that is whatever the I want. I don't want to spend my free time working out or prepping these meals for my diet or building my own businesses. And it's so easy to brush these off because there's no immediate consequences. But if I think about it, if I have the discipline to show up to a job I hate every day, helping build someone else's dream, but not give that same energy into building mine, just doesn't make any sense. As a matter of fact, if I'm at a place in life I'm not okay with, that should fuel me more to be disciplined to change that. So for me, once I gave that same energy into my own vision and goals, that's when great things started to happen. Mike Tyson said, discipline is doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it. So whether I feel motivated or unmotivated, discipline will get it done either way, because even on days I don't feel like it, I'm still gonna do it like I love it. And the key is putting that effort into things that bring me greater returns over time. There's a saying to find 3 hobbies, one that makes me money, one that keeps me in shape, and one that keeps me creative. And for me, that's powerlifting, day trading, and creating content. So how do I stay disciplined in those areas? Well, it starts with having a detailed plan. Having items I can execute day in and day out, almost like side quests in a video game. This is why I love powerlifting for my workouts, because no matter what day it is, I know the exact number of sets and reps I'm supposed to do months in advance. So it makes it as easy as like building Legos. It's just reading the instructions and doing it. This way, even if I'm busy or traveling, it makes it easier to work around it because I know the exact amount of workload that needs to get done. I can either switch up the rest days or combine workouts. It just helps me map out the day much better so that I can, at the very least, maintain progress and stay on track. And before I knew it, I was deadlifting 635 pounds, something I didn't think was possible when I first started. So how does this apply to my trading? Well, I approach it the same way. I have a detailed trading plan that I can follow day in and day out, strategies that are repeatable with rules and instructions that I know if I stick to it, puts money in my pocket. And my trading plan is as detailed as it can get. I'm trying to leave nothing random in my trading because doing random shit is what leads to random results. So I want to have a reason and a plan behind everything that I do. It's kind of like eating at a buffet every day while trying to lose weight. It'll be easier for me to stay disciplined if I know exactly what I'm going to eat before I walk in there. I know which food and how much of it fits my macros, so all I need to do is follow the meal plan to keep me on track. Versus going in there unprepared, just winging it every day and wondering why it's so hard to lose weight. Or if I do have a plan and I'm still struggling, it might be because it's too generic. Like if my plan says I'm gonna have chicken breast, that's just not specific enough. So the more detailed, the better. If I asked Warren Buffett to write out his trading and investment strategies, how many pages does he fill out? Because there's traders out there right now who would have a hard time filling out the first page. Day one at the mentorship that I taught, it took over 6 hours just to get through the introduction and the basic fundamentals of my trading. So writing out my strategies in detail, listing here are my must-haves, these are my would like to haves, and this is what it cannot have. If price goes in my favor, great, here's my plan. If price goes against me, awesome, here's my plan. Having a valid reason behind everything that I do and don't do keeps me from steering away from the plan. If I were to open up a franchise like McDonald's, I'm going to stick with their system. I'm not going in there and saying, you know what, let's get rid of the burgers and sell some tacos. No, they have a system that works, so there's no good reason to break that. That's why there's tens and thousands of locations all across the world with the repeatable system. It just works. So it starts with having a detailed trading plan that I know works, knowing exactly all my do's and don'ts. And as I continue along my trading journey, I'm making the necessary adjustments, adding more rules if I need to, just like how I'm sure McDonald's is thinking about improvements and new ideas to stay on top of their competitors. And one tip I have for getting tempted into taking lesser quality setups or random trades, like if I'm getting FOMO, what I do is, instead of looking at what's good about the trade, I look for all the reasons why it's not. And that usually outweighs the other and keeps me out of it. Now, if I feel like, oh man, that would have worked, I should have taken it, then the next step is not to do it when it comes up again, but to track it and backtest that strategy to see if it's worth adding to my trading plan. But remember, it has to have a reason and clear instructions on what the criteria is It has to be repeatable so that I can build off of it. I get questions about how I wake up at 3 a.m. to work out, then market prep, then trade from open to close every day. But it's really not that hard. I'm sure we've all waken up super early to catch a flight to go on vacation. If the flight is at 6, I'm at the airport by 4. And no matter how bad it is at the airport, the long lines, going through TSA, and if there's delays, which oftentimes there is, especially during holidays, I'm not giving up and going back home. No, I'm gonna sit there and deal with whatever bullshit happens and stick to the plan, eventually hop on that flight, because I know at the end of it, there's paradise. I'm going to be rewarded. So me working out at 3 a.m. is because I know at the end of it, I'm gonna be stronger. Me executing my trading plan day in and day out, I do it because I know at the end of it, I can put more than food on the table. Because when it comes to being disciplined for myself, the rewards are so much greater that there's almost nothing that can steer me away from it. And it just becomes a part of who I am. So we all have it in us. It's just a much longer journey to get to the destination, but we will get there. That's it for now. As always, I appreciate you for being here and I hope to see you on the next one.
Let's see how you do under pressure. I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Hey. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy.